Coming up on UCF Nightly News, 2 assaults on women reported near UCF. Find out what police are doing to keep you safe.
Plus, Hillary Clinton made a campaign stop in Orlando this week. We'll tell you what she said about an inclusive America.
In sports, UCF volleyball defeated USF in the War on I-4 Wednesday, and the UCF Knights take on FIU this Saturday in Miami.
Nightly News starts now.
Good afternoon and welcome to Nightly News. I'm Olivia Stasny.
And I'm Keith Hellebrand. Today is Friday, September 23rd, 2016.
A UCF College of Medicine official is unemployed after a laundry list of behavior issues. Associate Vice President Gerard Aubert lost his job after UCF Human Resources looked into 3 investigations on him. In an email from Human Resources, Aubert is accused of hostile behavior towards women, accepting gifts from university vendors, and using his position to try to get his wife a job. According to Orange County clerk records, a week after Aubert was fired, his wife called the police and said he punched her in the face after a day of drinking. Aubert will appear in court on September 29th on charges of domestic violence.
Thursday, the Florida Board of Governors approved UCF's plan to become a preeminent research university within the next 5 years. UCF is now recognized as an emerging preeminent research university and will receive $5 million in state funds. The university plans to use the additional $5 million in state money to enhance quality and move closer to preeminent status.
We have updates on the 2 assault cases that happened near campus last week. Investigators are still looking for suspects, and now they want your help. In one of the cases, deputies say a man tried to rape a woman at the Polo East apartment complex. It happened last Wednesday. This week, the Orange County Sheriff's Office released this composite sketch. They're also offering a $1,000 reward for his arrest.
Deputies are also still looking for another man in a different case. It happened at the Marquee Apartments last Monday. A woman told police that a man grabbed her arm, threw it to the ground, and tried to rape her. Investigators released this photo of a person they say may have more information about the case. They are also offering a reward of up to $5,000. If you have information in either of the cases, you may call Crime Line at the number on your screen.
We checked in with management at both apartment complexes. Marquee released this statement. We are cooperating with the Orange County Sheriff's Office as they investigate this matter. We also have been keeping residents up to date with any new information provided to us by the authorities. End quote. The Marquee has upped security and surveillance. As for East Polo, management said they will not be releasing a statement at this time.
As deputies continue to search in those 2 cases, the dangers of sexual assault may still be lurking close to campus. Nightly News reporter Denisa Jefferson tells us what you need to know about sexual assault and how to stay safe.
Well, I definitely don't feel 100% safe on campus.
Recent attempted sexual assaults near campus may have some students on edge, but sometimes the dangers of sexual assault are closer than you think.
It's well known that sexual assault involving college students is a big problem, but in most cases the attacker is someone the victim knew, so it's not necessarily going to be these people that are on law enforcement's radar.
About 85 to 90% of sexual assaults reported by college women are perpetrated by someone known to the victim, according to the National Institute of Justice. UCF student Christy Box is aware of the dangers of sexual assault and is taking precautions.
So women need to do whatever it takes for them to feel safe and protected.
Officer Witherspoon from the UCF Police Department says that sometimes the threat can be close to home.
Unfortunately, a lot of times it is somebody that you know, so you may let your defenses down, including when you're home.
As for Christy, she feels that the self-defense classes taught at UCF give her the boost of confidence she needs.
Something that helped my confidence a lot was I went to the UCF Police Department self-defense class, and that made me feel a lot safer.
Whether at home or on campus, feeling safe is a right that all students should have. In Orlando, Denisa Jefferson, UCF Nightly News.
The UCF Police Department holds free women's self-defense classes. The next one will be held on October 18th from 6 to 8 p.m. You can register online at police.ucf.edu.
Only 46 days until Election Day, and Hillary Clinton stopped by Orlando this week in an effort to attract more votes. Nightly News reporter Nydia Diaz says Clinton focused on issues important to people with disabilities, calling for a more inclusive America.
Hillary Clinton's rally hit home for Jeannie Bastian.
Like for myself, I have cerebral palsy, but my mind is here. I can do a great many things, and I have a great many things I want to do and stories I want to tell, and it started with education.
Bastian studies film cinema at UCF, but already has a bachelor's in English.
There's still a lot of gaps that need to be filled in, but this is one place that we're getting started on, and UCF does a pretty good job of it.
And Clinton agrees. She says accessibility can no longer be an afterthought. It needs to be a priority.
We're going to work with our colleges and universities to make them more accessible to students with disabilities. To have a truly inclusive economy, we need a truly inclusive education system. So let's raise our standards.
The wheels don't make it a bigger deal. I'm just one of you.
Bastian says too often people with disabilities are simply invisible or seen as a problem.
Regardless of my disability, regardless of the fact that I'm an older student, I'm a student in that classroom just like you.
Bastian says she hopes people stop defining her and others by their disability. In Orlando, Nydia Diaz, UCF Nightly News.
Clinton will face off with Donald Trump at this year's first presidential debate on Monday, the 26th. It will be broadcasted on all networks. CNN will host a pre- and post-forum right here in the Pegasus Ballroom. Now here's Jenna Smith with our weather forecast. Get out there, Jenna.
Well, out here right now, it is mostly sunny and looking like a beautiful second day of fall. The sky is mainly clear, and we aren't expecting that to change too much through the afternoon. Let's take a look at your current conditions. Right now, it's 85 degrees, and we have 94% humidity. So if you go outside, you can truly feel the moisture in the air. Winds are coming from northwest at about 5 miles per hour. And as far as rain chances, we are expecting about a 30% chance of rain, but in Florida, we can always expect an afternoon shower. I'll be back with your 5-day forecast, but for now, back to you, Keith and Olivia.
Thanks, Jenna. Up next, the new fence is up in front of the Pulse nightclub. We'll show you how one UCF professor is honoring the Pulse victims in a unique way.
Plus, an epidemic that's affecting the entire nation. We spoke with one former addict who says he is lucky to be alive.
The city of Orlando installed a new fence in front of Pulse nightclub on Monday. We were able to speak to a UCF professor who is using her art skills to honor the Pulse victims in Chicago. Reporter Costanza Tremarchi tells us more about this professor's unique role.
City workers put up a new fence on Monday to honor the 49 lives lost in the Pulse tragedy. Pulse survivor Chris West says the tragedy and the new fence are bringing the community together.
It shouldn't take something like this to have a community come together, but I'm glad that we are together as one, that Orlando is strong, that there is one love happening around the world, because we need more of that.
UCF professor Wanda Raimundi Ortiz used her art skills to do her part for the people of Orlando. She organized a workshop where people made 49 calaveras, each representing a life. These decorated skulls celebrate the Day of the Dead.
But when you actually hold 49 things that's supposed to represent 49 people, 49 lives, 49, you know what I mean? It's really trippy. And I gotta say, it was very emotional to be creating a piece for these folks specifically.
The skulls will be placed in the National Museum of Mexican Art in Chicago starting this Friday. As for West, he says he is proud people from all over the world are showing their support.
It shows how strong we are, how courageous we are, how nothing can divide us. No act of terrorism, no act of hate can divide us. We are one. We are strong.
West goes to Pulse every other day to remember how grateful he is to be alive and to show respect to the others affected. In Orlando, Costanza Tremarchi, UCF Nightly News.
There will be an art exhibit honoring the 49 lives lost at the Pulse nightclub this Saturday at the Gatling Creative.
White House officials and other organizations are issuing a call to action after 35,000 people died in traffic crashes in the U.S. last year. This number is up from 2014. Reports from the Department of Transportation show half of those people were not wearing a seatbelt. White House, DOT, and National Highway Traffic Safety Administration are looking into the cause of this increase. This week is Opioid Awareness Week, and the Centers for Disease Control reported that since 1999, the number of overdose deaths involving opioids nearly quadrupled. Nightly News reporter Nydia Diaz sat with one recovered addict who says he's glad to be alive.
I just enjoyed using.
From booze to pills to heroin, Joshua McPherson got hooked at 13 years old.
I went to heroin because of the price. When it was easy to access and the price of the prescription medications were getting too high, all I wanted was that feeling of being high.
And Tom Hall from UCF's Alcohol and Other Drugs Office says that became the trend after the state's drug monitoring program.
What we saw is there was a migration of from the prescription opiate use to the illicit opiate use, and especially among young people.
And Dr. Martin Klapeek from the College of Medicine says McPherson isn't alone because the opioid epidemic doesn't discriminate.
It affects all levels of society. It's not restricted to one subset of the population. This is all across the board. And we're all vulnerable to addiction to opioids. These are powerful medications.
According to the CDC, 78 Americans die every day from an opioid overdose. For McPherson, he's seen it firsthand.
The death rate continues to grow. I mean, I've buried a lot of people myself, and it continues to happen every single day.
McPherson celebrates his 4 years of sobriety by helping others with their addiction. In Orlando, Nydia Diaz, UCF Nightly News.
If you're concerned about your substance use or someone you know, call UCF's Intervention Clinic at the number on the screen.
Coming up later, Jenna will be back with your 5-day forecast and what you can expect for the next few days.
Plus, a vending machine for pizza? We'll tell you how local businesses are reacting to this possible competition.
Some students are taking steps to protect themselves from virtual predators. Many of us have webcams on our laptops which can get hacked. Nightly News sat down with one student who says taping his webcam gives him a peace of mind.
Jared DeVell is a regular at the library.
I have a piece of electrical tape over the camera of my laptop.
With his laptop being with him just about everywhere he goes, he says taking precautions is important.
It could be for fun. You never know, it might be just something that they want to test themselves, see if they can actually do it, or they could have the most malicious intent involved, which is stalking you.
This past week, the FBI director admitted to covering his personal laptop webcam with a piece of tape. Florida is ranked in the top 10 states with internet crime complaints, according to the 2015 FBI Internet Crime Report. The Collegiate Cyber Defense Club, Hack at UCF, is a club on campus that teaches members offensive and defensive security. Gayland Adams, a Hack UCF member, showed us just how easy it is for someone to get hacked when they aren't protected.
It's always good to do as many precautions as you feel comfortable with. Almost everyone that I know has a webcam blocker.
Gayland explained being aware of what you click on and browse is just as important as covering your webcam.
Depending on what you're doing on the internet, you can encounter malware that could potentially activate your webcam.
We asked Jared if he's been hacked.
Not that I know of, but you never want to take the chance because it usually just takes one time.
He says he hopes others will think twice before they click or leave their webcam open. In Orlando, Olivia Stasny, UCF Nightly News.
The UCF Hack Club holds regular meetings Fridays on campus. For more prevention tips, visit the Collegiate Cyber Defense Club at hackucf.org.
Imagine putting money into a machine and getting a pizza in return. One European pizza company is bringing pizza vending machines to Central Florida. Nightly News found out the company's plan and how it may affect local businesses. Vending machines are a common thing at universities, with water, snacks, and even ice cream. But one company is adding a new item: pizza. These vending machines operate just like a normal vending machine, but there's one difference that has Giselle Sandra optimistic.
I can go through my cell phone, I can see how many pizzas is inside the machine, what is the temperature of the machine. If the machine went out of service, I can reset or do some type of configuration.
Pizza Touch hopes to bring hundreds of these machines to Central Florida within the next few months, most notably universities, which makes UCF a possibility. Cottage & Pizza is a local company right off UCF's campus. General Manager Brianna Fisher says her sales may take a hit at first, but believes these machines will just be a fad.
There's no way to call back if you've had a bad order, if you've got the wrong pizza, if you've got an undercooked pizza. You know, you can't take it back there and physically give it to somebody and know they're going to give you a new pizza exactly the way you asked for it.
Blaze Pizza is another pizza company near UCF known for their fast fire. The GM has similar views when it comes to sales.
I don't believe it'll affect our sales, and there's absolutely no comparison from a vending machine compared to Blaze Pizza.
Despite what others may say, Sandra still believes Pizza Touch can be successful in Central Florida.
I think UCF has a great potential. I just need an open door.
She hopes to continue discussions with UCF in the coming months. In Orlando, Keith Hellebrand, UCF Nightly News. There is currently one pizza vending machine in operation at a gas station in Lakeland, Florida. Pizza Touch says UCF is still a dream location and a perfect fit. Now let's go back outside to Jenna for a live look at our 5-day forecast. Jenna?
Well, the weather is still looking beautiful out here, but let's take a look at our national weather map. You can see the low pressure in the north is creating heavy rain, which is going to bring cooler air as they begin their fall season. Unfortunately for the south, it is anything but fall. We'll have the heavy rain as well, but that will be followed by a lot of humidity, which is set to keep our temperatures high. Now let's take a look at our local rain chances. As I said before, Orlando, we're expecting about 30% chance of rain, but that's the most for the state. We have Tampa and Tallahassee coming in around 0%. Now let's take a look at our local temperatures. Everywhere will be averaging around 75 degrees except for Miami. So if you're planning on heading out to the football game tomorrow night, you may want to bring water, stay hydrated because temperatures will be warmer down south. Now let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. We can expect the same kind of temperatures pretty much the next couple days into the weekend. Tomorrow we're looking at a high of 92 and a low of 74 with 30% chance of rain. Everything will stay relatively the same until next week when we amp up our rain chances to 50% going from Monday to Wednesday. That's all the weather we have for now. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Jenna. Coming up next, UCF volleyball defeated USF in the first match of the War on I-4 series. We'll tell you more about the team's victory over the Bulls Wednesday night.
Plus, the Knights' senior quarterback was injured 2 weeks ago. So for now, the 2016 season is in the hands of a starting freshman.
Okay.
Hey Knights, I'm Vanessa Lewis here with your sports update. The War on I-4 officially kicked off Wednesday night at the venue at UCF. The year-long war represents a long-standing and passionate rivalry between the fan bases of two of the nation's largest and fastest-growing universities. The tradition creates a series of matchups between both women and men's sports. UCF volleyball took on USF Wednesday night. The third set was a back-and-forth match with the score tying 8 times. After 3 consecutive points, senior Jaleh Hervey's kill secured the victory for the Knights. 6 fumbles and 4 turnovers cost the UCF Knights a game against the Maryland Terrapins Saturday night, losing 30-24. For the first time since 2010, UCF coaches decided to start a freshman quarterback.
I mean, I love playing football, and I love my team, and I'm just excited.
18-year-old Mackenzie Milton impressed his coaches during preseason camp. And after senior quarterback Justin Holman sustained a leg injury, Milton was ready to step up. Despite the change in lineup, it wasn't enough to bring home the win.
We need to start a lot faster come next week and come following weeks, because I feel like if we started faster, we would have had a better chance to win this game.
Milton ran 98 plays, but was responsible for 3 of the team's 6 fumbles and an interception.
I mean, a couple mistakes I made, like they helped me with that. So I mean, they've been fully supportive. I mean, this entire week.
During Monday's press conference, head coach Scott Frost stuck by his decision to start Milton, but says he felt heartbroken for the team after the loss.
Thought he was really calm and handled the pressure of the whole thing really well. Made some big plays. we got to eliminate the bad plays. We shot ourselves in the foot so many times in that game, and winning teams don't do that. Winning teams find a way to win instead of making a mistake that gets them beat.
Frost knows the importance of the upcoming game and says the team is taking it one practice at a time. That's all we have in sports. Back to you, Olivia and Keith.
Thank you, Vanessa. That's our time for right now. Remember, you can always keep up with us during the week on our website, nightlynews.ucf.edu.
And if you've got a story idea you want us to know about, send it our way. You can reach us at nightlynewsucf@gmail.com. Thanks for watching and have a good day.